And we're back. So it's been quite a while since I started my 1,000 polls, and I'm almost recovered the 100 that halfway recovered the 100 that I did already. But I'm going to try to just speed through a bunch of premium polls. Yes, I've recovered. I don't remember how many I had. Whatever. I'm not looking back at that video. We're just going to get into it. Okay, so nothing great. I really can't wait till they introduce the feature. It should be any time now, where you can, if you have free polls, you can just skip from pack to pack. I don't know, that will be nice. Rather than having to bounce out and then go back in. Nothing interesting so far. Just a bunch of honor and probably some ships. I got a bunch of ships last time. I don't know, this is interesting. I would think I'm working on my third or fourth copy of Cisco. I can't remember. Obviously, he's a stalwart for the game, but there's always something to be said for finishing off Sheriff of Nottingham Q. Who is a tier 8 with 7.91 event potential. And let's see, High Roller Cisco is still a tier 5 and just rocking it. And then we've got Zobral, who I'm really not familiar with. Tier 6. Not great at anything. I'm not even sure why he's tier 6. Being compared to Braxton-esque. Got apparently some gauntlet potential, maybe. Number one pairing. Does have good ship ability, but it's got a plus 10 with 400 damage, but it comes at a minus 3. Yeah, so we're just going to go with Team Addistar. I should have, if I'm trying to get through this quickly, I am not. I'm going to take that long every time. I didn't even really pay attention to what I started with. I think I'll just go down to like 900 or something. I don't know. I'm not just going to do this in chunks that make as much sense to me at the time as they make. I got kids that need to get to bed at some point, and I just don't feel like I'm going to make it through 170, maybe 70, something. Nothing interesting so far. It's just that one team add a star. And as I mentioned last time, I just out of force of habit in building another. I think I've already got actually the. No, it's alright. I've got another Indulgent 7 at 100 FFEE, or fully equipped, waiting for more. But you don't come across very many mobile doctors. But I am building on like a third, or I think a third. Evolved Janeway just for the hell of it, because I can. And it is still a good card for Janeway events, and yeah. Alright. An extra star on Worf that I got, I think, in a Tuesday pack a long time ago. This is interesting. It's kind of a no-brainer, because I've already got at least 2 of those Picards max, and they're losing value. I'm just curious about the Regina. So I'm going to check her out real quick. Tier 7. Oh, no, yeah, not a great card, but not awful. Got some decent bases. Cool art, though. Very cool art. Yeah, we'll go with her. I am working on. I've got a third copy of that Picard I'm working on, but it's not a priority. He's losing power, and I use him increasingly less. And every aspect of the game, even Picard events, he tends to get used, but less and less. A lot of ships. And we're going to go with Worf. Don't really need another copy of either of those other 2. I wish they had a faster way to do this. I hate this. This is annoying. Oh, good God. This is an awful decision. I'm probably gonna just do team add a star, but triple herder Scotty's still at 6, but his event potential is falling below 7.5, which is kind of my baseline that I look shoot for. Yarnex tier 9, but I would love to be able to freeze him, and I would imagine that Angel Gabriel Burnham, yep, still tier 4. I don't know if I have a second copy of her started. I don't really feel like starting a second copy of her, so we're gonna go add a star, which is stupid that I took so long deciding that, but and I could check data core, which I've got open, to see if I had a second copy of Burnham started, but at this point I just don't have the time or desire to be making second copies of crew that are starting to age. I mean, she's tier 4, but she's still starting to show her age, so oh, here's an interesting one. I think we're gonna probably get Landry frozen because she's at level 100, tier 9, waiting for that last star for that one event that they keep replaying over and over. Lisan is also a tier 9. I just don't care enough. And Survivalist Kirk is, whatever. I don't need a second copy of him. So we're gonna get our last star on Landry. So it's starting to get interesting. Getting some working towards freezing some crappy golds. As I mentioned before, I don't discard any cards without having at least one immortal copy, so I've got a stupid amount of crew slots and I've spent too much and all that stuff, but I kind of am playing this as a collector, and it's worked out for me, given that the long game has sort of become in the collections and all the trait collections and everything, so that's good. We just get our disappointment out of the way up front. Oh, wow. Okay, I've really starting to feel kind of lucky here. We've got a surprising number of golds. I am not sure how good Portal 63 is, but I know I'm working on another oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus. He's got one collection. What is it? Oh, he's a 1 on collections, which is literally the lowest. He's got 0 collections. What is his? He's a duelist, Takan, telepath. Good grief. That's just an awful card. I'm sorry. It's sorry. Now I'm torn between another copy of Mr. 7, and Saru. Human Saru is a beast of a card that I use all the time. But I think I'm already working on another copy of Gary 7. So Gear 7 still tier 3. Human Sorry is tier 3. Yeah, I don't know. I'd really be working on this for another gauntlet seat, so we're going to go with 7. I could probably stop this now and it'd be a pretty entertaining video, having just done 20 something. Gotten quite a few big golds out of just the, like, what, 27 or something pulls that I've done. Alright, I get another star. There's a time that I was thinking about building a small army of Robin Hoods, because he's actually really pretty strong for a, or was at the time, a pretty strong, super rare, but it just never happened, and I ended up dismissing them all. Shoot, Mycelio, Clover, or Sorrel. I've just been basically going with Team Addistar, with exception to Gary 7. I don't think that Sorrel is that great a card. Tier 8, 7.76 event, so she should do okay in events. She's above my 7.5 kind of cutoff, considered usable, barely. There's Mycelio Culver. We already obviously got a copy of, but it's tier 5. Actually, less usable in events, but more usable in Voyage. We're gonna go Team Addistar. Grab another Sorella. I wasn't paying attention to how many I had. I don't think she may come up once more. I doubt she'll come. I think that was star 3 on her. And here we go. What are we gonna get? Alright, another Janeway. I think the evolved Janeway that I'm working on, just to save space, I've already fused it, but I haven't equipped it, so it's going to be at 1. It'll be a... Okay, this is interesting. Not really much of a choice here, but 5, one time 5 was big base trademark, but and he came certainly in handy this last Borg event, but I'm gonna go with, I'm getting some good stars on some older golds. This is the advantage of waiting, I think, 3 or 4 portal updates between mass polls, is that you actually, or not you, I actually have gotten some pretty decent, I got my, cool, to move my little recording monitor. So I get my last star on Chalice Sidira, and get them immortalized and frozen. And once again, just get out the weak pull out of the way up front. Still rocking with a pretty solid set. I've a set of golds that I've gotten. I'm not at all disappointed with this run so far. I just think it's interesting to do pulls right after things like bringing back Tuesday packs, because I feel like when they do stuff like that, they update because this is obviously Tuesday packs have just come back at the point that I'm not obviously, but I'm telling you, Tuesday packs have just come back at the point that I'm recording this on May 12th. I'll probably upload it pretty shortly after I didn't even really edit the last video. I'm just stuck it up there, and I don't think it has a single view, but that's cool. Oh, here we go. We did get another. Oh, okay. Here we go. I do get another shot at Sorella, but I think I want Katrine. I believe that's Katrine Janeway. She's one of the only Janeways I don't have, and she's immensely useful for boss fights. She's perpetually coming up, and I just don't have her, and it's kind of embarrassing that I don't have her on my roster. So yeah, we're gonna go with Katrine. Cool. This is really actually turning out to be pretty good run. Again, I wish there was a way to dismiss all but the gold crew, or pick one crew or two crew, and you could. I wish there was a way to mark crew for not being dismissed, and then dismiss everybody else, airlock them all. But one time when I first joined the game, that Phlox was a beast on Gauntlet. And those days are, I think he's useful every now and then, but not so much. Again, I would love to be able to mark that last one as safe and then dismiss everybody else, but you gotta do it one by one. Anyway, yeah, so I got a couple copies of that Phlox because that was my early Gauntlet powerhouse. Before, like, when the first month or two that I was playing the game, I latched onto him, and he was attainable. I joined the game during the first Borg mega event with the original Queen Borg as the recurring mega. I don't know for certain, but I think that might have been the first mega event. Somebody could probably correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody ever watches this, which I highly doubt will ever happen. It's kind of stupid that I've got almost all these cards immortalized, so do have just a small handful of super rares that are missing stars, though, because oh, here we go. Oh man, I'm curious what 2024 Picard is, what his tier 4, 8.45 event potential, and still has 7.61 on the Gauntlet. Anything above a 7 is pretty solid for Gauntlet. Still ranked number 48 for Gauntlet. I don't know if I need another copy of him now. Belle-Q, on the other hand, has just below my 7.5. She's 7.49 event potential, which is below my 7.5 threshold, but On the other hand, like I said, I'm just losing my taste for creating duplicates, and I'm trying to increasingly burn through crons. As you can see, when I loaded this up, I'm sitting on a few thousand crons right now, just by virtue of having bought the $25. Okay, we'll get to immortalize Lonzak and freeze him. By virtue of having bought the $25 or super premium whatever campaign, I tend to get a lot of chronotons from that. But I'm trying to use them up more so I can actually benefit from gaining them throughout the day, which is tricky because I'm not used to pre-farming for events like the one we're in right now, for like galaxy events. I'm just not used to pre-farming, which means that it gets pretty hairy when I'm starting out with, the 300 crons or whatever I've got in my to hit max crons, and then before they stop accumulating on the day, it gets a little hairy sometimes to hit the 300 mark, because I am still actively working on so many crew, since I don't ever really get rid of crew until I've got at least one copy immortalized. Like late stage in the game, but not that late, to have almost I think I'm at like 950 unique crew immortalized, which is I know there's people out there with a lot more. Come on, I'm pressing the button. Okay, this is interesting. Mirror Crusher versus Vulcan Executioner. Mirror Crusher is tier 8, has 8.13 event potential, and that's where her goodness stops. Vulcan Executioner, who I already have one of, has, I believe, the big ship damage, but aside from that, and I think it's a really slow ship damage, 400 over initiating 8 seconds, and it's a limit of 2. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with I think we're gonna go with Mirror Crusher. So another instance of not going without a star, but hey. Do I get all the, oh yeah, cool. So when you get, I forgot, when you get towards the end there and you get a big gold, the rest of them are big golds. Okay, I'm thinking I'm going Elnor here, but I'm not sure. I can't remember how good that Troy is. That is Ambassador Troy. She sucks. Sorry. Those are pitiful bases. So yeah, we'll go Elnor. There's no need for another triple cork. Oh, nope. I forgot. I did get two golds on this pull. This might be a really good spot to stop the video, but I'm not that smart. Could part of my bridge crew of wearing dress casual, or really not dress casual, more leisure suits, we'll put it that way. Leisure suit guys. Probably the one that's a stretch is the I think it's a Reed or a Spock or somebody. I think it's maybe a Spock from, I don't remember. It's either a Reed or a Spock. They was wearing kind of a jacket. I think it may be a Starfleet issued, but it looks close enough, so I'm using it. And then, of course, I've got Benny Russell, which is, I don't know, it's not exactly a leisure suit, sort of more business casual, but whatever. Closest thing I could find. Gradually, I've gotten closer and closer. Of course, the two vacation. Well, of course, that particular Chakotay, disguised Chakotay, and vacation. Somebody reader. Okay, I don't remember. Okay, this is interesting. I think I'm gonna go with Kang just because, but just because I don't have him and he comes up from time to time and things. But he's not a very good card. Let's see where the other two are. T-pull. Which T-pull is that? I don't remember. Pernia Prime. Oh man, I need to level her. She's one of my. When I look at my, what's it called? Not the cab value, the remaining expected value. She's got one of my highest remaining expected values out of my crew I own. And I use Waddle all the time in Voyager still, not as much as I used to, but still pretty regular Voyager. Got great traits. Yeah, I'm not up for starting a new copy of either of those. I don't even have my copy of T-Pole fully equipped. Well, it was bound to happen. Crap on a stick, right? I don't think Trila's worth much, but let's check her out. I know that Degra's older than hell and only has two. Okay, so Trila's just doesn't have a lot of event potential, doesn't have a lot of shuttle potential. I don't know why she's still a tier 6 card. Maybe just due to collections. Tribbled Scotty, on the other hand. Tribble Herder Scotty, also tier 6. I think I might actually have another copy going of him, so. And I'm not going to check because, man, that's like two almost back to back with, well, not quite, but close, with multiple big golds. I am really having a nice little run here tonight. Yeah. Okay, let's just get it out of the way, get through it, and dismiss everybody. Same thing. Come on. Sometimes it just does not want to jump to 4x speed. Alright, a lot of honor, bunch of honor. I'm all about the ships, but at a certain point I've got the ships I have. I don't have much, shoot. Do I build them? Okay, I might actually have to check data core for how many stars my Geary 7 has. Sword, I don't know about this guy. Tier 6. Okay. I'll take Ashwoods for 400, Trebek. Okay, so that's how the big book opens on it. He's got a couple really decent sized bases. But again, and he's got that engineer kicker. 3 collections. Let me see how many stars I've got on my where's my crew? Window, crew stats. Okay. So I'll search for Gary 7. So I would now have 2 stars on my next one. He's at level 40. This would give me the 3rd star. I'm gonna just go with sword. And hell, why not? I mean, things are getting pretty wild with. I think if they release another level of fleet boss battles, it's going to be pretty important to have a lot of these crew. A lot of the crew that I'm lacking. Okay, it doesn't really matter who I take. I already got my 4-star on Chalice Sadira. Yeah, and I'm not of all the building crew that I'm not about to work towards another. I've got my 1001 and both 10 and 01, all 3 immortalized, and I should get a frickin' medal for that because they suck so bad. And they never come up in anything. That was strictly a vanity project. Get them through and get them dismissed and get on to the next poll. Okay. Yet again. Okay. I like it when they just give me the garbage up front. I can just plow through the rest and not worry about. Here I'm going, okay, what am I going to get? Nothing good. Getting close to 900. Okay, this is interesting. What? I don't even remember seeing that Solok. I don't. Who the hell is that? I don't. I did not remember seeing that card. Let's see what we're working with. This is Interesting trades. I don't know. 2 Kiras and a really garbage card. Yeah, I mean, I got so many Kiras, and I got like, there was a 1 point some pull that I wanted to get something, and I got for like Lieutenant Commander Kira or whatever. I think I've got like 2 or 3 fully fused copies, and maybe a 4th in the works. It's a little absurd. Yeah, and I really wish that they had that. Oh boy, yeah, this is pretty much a no-brainer for Tana, but just gonna verify that. She's tier 7, but she's one of my top expected value cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have to think too much about that. I know that I really need her, and we're in an event right now, which she is the it's a rerun event, so she is the prize for getting to 400 or whatever. The very top threshold reward, and I just don't feel like doing it. Now I got an excuse not to. I feel like sitting this one out after having actually tried somewhat last event. And this is, oh shit. That's the Spock that's just baller. I believe he's still tier 1, so we're probably gonna pull another copy of him, even though I've been talking that. What the hell? Where is he? Lieutenant Commander Spock, tier 2. He's fallen 1. But it's crappy retrieval chances, so it looks like I'd be either citing him or whatever. But I mean, who else am I looking at? Augment Commander O'Brien. Tier 6. Decent event potential, but and he's got a number 1 gauntlet base. Or gauntlet set, but and Cadet Tilly maybe. Tier 10, one of the absolute worst cards in the game. Oh yeah, it even says so in the big book. Says this is my pick for worst legendary crew in the game. So we are going to go with a second copy. That one, I say that, and I probably will start like 3 more. I mean, I'm just looking for. I can't believe how much, with all the expanded levels on the fleet boss battles, how high my jeez. Okay, I've already got Lonzak secured. White Rabbits actually got pretty high EV for me. Relatively, like in the 150 or something. I mean, I don't have a lot of cards that are in the portal that I can that have much over 100. So White Rabbit's up there, maybe pushing 200 EV for me. But I was thinking about just talking about as far as voyages go, with the base antimatter going up due to fleet boss battles and the increasing levels on those. getting to the point where, like, it used to be that, like, you know, a while ago 10 hours was pretty good, and then it was like 12 hours has been pretty good for a little bit, and I think probably I wouldn't be surprised if there are some top tier players who are able to run 14-hour voyages at this point, or getting real close. I don't keep up with the forums, so if that's like common news, sue me. I'm getting right down into 900, and I think I'm going to stop at 900. All right, another star. That'll bring him to 3 stars. The other advantage of doing smaller chunks rather than trying to do it all in one big run is I get to start things up, and because I do start forgetting after a while where I'm at with, especially like the super rares and stuff, or and it gets to be a pain in the butt to try to pull data core every time something something pops up that I'm like, can't remember. So, and I am at 900, and I'm going to stop. Have a good night.